In the interview, Johnson talked about a whole range of issues that led to him being the talk of Black Twitter last week. And a lot of people were questioning his educational credentials.
Now, people ask me, what can we expect from a Donald Trump White House for Black America? And the answer is real simple. You can expect exactly what you got from the Obama White House. Absolutely nothing. Black people know they're not American, but they will fight like hell to protect that identity because they don't want to be identified with who they really are, and that's being African. As long as you have a skill, you can always feed your family. But if all you got is college degrees, you might end up in an unemployment line. I'm a psychologist. Ain't too many Black people running around looking for a psychologist to reveal all the skeletons in their closet.
All right, folks, joining us right now, Dr. Umar Johnson. Welcome back to the show. First and foremost, it was amazing looking at this whole reaction. I mean, I'm sitting here, again, people ask all kinds of questions, things are blowing up. And so many people jumped on saying he's not a real doctor, okay? Where did you graduate from and you got your PhD?
My undergraduate education was from Millersville University. 3 degrees, political science, psychology, master's in school psychology. Subsequent to that, Pennsylvania certification as a school psychologist, which I've been for almost 20 years. After that, I got my educational leadership master's degree and principal certificate from Lehigh University in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And I earned my doctorate degree from the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine, American Psychological Association approved program, one of the top psychology training programs on the East Coast. 6 degrees in all, and anyone can lift up a telephone and call and verify those degrees.
So when you see folks who question your degrees, your response?
It's because my narrative is a whole lot different from the average mainstream Black scholar. I don't parrot the narrative that the American social order wants Black scholars to parrot. I tell the truth. I don't scratch unless I itch, and I don't dance unless I like the music. And because they're not used to having someone with a traditional education posit non-traditional views, people will automatically start to question his credentials. How did he get this far believing what he believes in?
Well, Derek Jones Talks Live. Want to welcome everybody in. You were listening to Umar Johnson. And this stream is the Umar Johnson's intent behind not releasing all the charges. We also have to deal with a tribunal idiot who feels that arguing with me is a valid argument, let's say that, because I read a definition from a dictionary, which I will read again. And I just want them to know that you're not arguing with me, you're arguing with the dictionary. And we'll also be talking about the undefeated champion of YouTube right now, goes by the name of Shame TV. As you know, we have been under attack from Sonetta's minions from all over. Izzy Doctrine came out of the woodworks, minion. The Cali Crumb minion. Then we have to deal with Edward Michaels, the minion, who was so upset that he's getting dragged that he decided to go to YouTube and tattle because I thought he was vicious. Is that what he told me? But apparently he's not as vicious as he claims he is, because he wouldn't have ran to YouTube to tell. Now, but today we want to talk about and get this over real quick. Tribunal, okay? Okay. Tribunal. A noun. A court of justice. A place or seat of judgment. Okay. Third definition, also called tribune, a raised platform for the seats of magistrates, as in ancient Roman basilica, whatever. Okay. Now, I want you to focus on the fact that there's more than one definition. Okay. We're going to go to the Latin tribunal. Just means judgment seat. Okay. That's all it really means. Again, the same thing. You can have it in a legal sense or in a basic sense. It just means a raised seat, literally meaning at sometimes head of a tribe. But the point of it is, we're not talking about whether it's a head of a tribe. We're talking about this right here, the second definition, a place or seat of judgment. Okay, Javen Bullets was speaking about a tribunal. And there's even more definitions that I could go to, but I'm not going to waste everybody's time with that shit. But there's more definitions I could go to that'll literally tell you that the word tribunal doesn't even have to be involved to have a tribunal. Now, this is not I didn't create the dictionary. I didn't create these things. So if there's error in them, you need to take them up with that, take your issues up with them. But the point of it is the intent. See, what happens is you got idiots out here who have smartest men in the room complexes, and what they want to do is seem smarter than everyone else. I really wish you would stop pretending that you're more intelligent than me, because you're not. I make the videos I make in the way that I make them for a specific reason. If you would dare step in any sort of arena with me, bringing your rhetoric, I would smash that shit just like I do the Moors. And I am the Moor. I fuck with the Moors. But the same way, nigga, I'll smash that shit because you have no facts and evidence to back up any of that. Anybody who starts talking about legalese and all that bullshit, I got you right there, because there's no facts and evidence that any of that shit applies in the first place. And you cannot proceed without facts and or evidence. So you talking that legal jargon, that fools idiots. That doesn't fool people like me who actually used shit in real time. That's the difference between you and me. You sit up there and bring up codes and sections and definitions of this, thinking you're sounding intelligent, but you're not sounding intelligent, because I know you cannot apply that shit in real time. You have no facts and evidence of any of that shit actually being applicable and working in real time. So you can get off the smart guy comment. But anyway, Javen Bullets had brought up having a tribunal amongst basically everyone in the conscious community, calling Sarnetta to task for all the issues that have been going on with him and his platform and the people connected to him and his platform, and thus and so. So this idiot tries to say that you can't have a tribunal unless you got to stand an army. When I said the definition, the dictionary disagrees with you. A tribunal can be looked at as just merely a place or a seat of judgment, from judgment. Of means to come from or deriving from. So it is a place or a seat which derives or comes from judgment. That's all. Anybody could have a tribunal. That's why there's other definitions with the word tribunal that clearly state, you can have a tribunal without even actually it being called a tribunal. It's the intent, it's the usage, is what Javen Bullets was trying to convey. And this is what happens with smartest guy in the room complex people who don't want you to get your point and your narrative across. They'll try to deflect, and no one's talking about a standing army. No one's talking about a military tribunal. No one's talking about a motherfucking magistrate or any of that shit when we're talking about when he means tribunal. That's not what he means. And I'm going out on a limb and speaking for him. I'm pretty sure that's not what he was fucking talking about when he meant bringing Sarnetta and all the people who are around him to task and to question and having a tribunal, Umar and all these people, etc. He's not talking about no motherfucking court of justice tribunal. He's just talking about a seat of judgment. We all need to bring forth a seat, sit down, and have a judgment against these people for their fucking actions. Fucking clown. Trying to be smart. Like you fucking smart. Nigga, you ain't shit. Shut your bitch ass up. Now, what's going on, everybody? Derek Jones Talks Live. We're going to stop screen sharing for a second. Derek Jones Talks Live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What up, Roots? Yeah, man. This nigga don't play with word games with me, man. Do that well, man. Don't play word games with me like that, yo. Like, you're not this all definitions, a lot of words have different definitions, have 4 or 5, sometimes 7 different fucking meanings to them. So then you have to go through and use intent. What is this person saying this word for, you asshole? Like that, asshole. It could be a slur, or it could be a literal hole in your body called the butthole or the asshole, motherfucker. It's intent. Trying to sound so fucking smart. What's going on, people? Derek Jones Talks Live. Yes, we're doing the Umar and Johnson intent behind not releasing the whole charge. And we already handled the tribunal idiot smart guy. And now we'll move on to this Umar Johnson shit, man. This shit is crazy. Apparently, Umar Johnson has not learned his lesson. Apparently, Umar Johnson is doing exactly what I predicted. And I want you guys to remember this again. I said it before. I think I started saying it about 2 weeks ago. I'm going to say it again loudly and clearly right here, right now on this stream. Umar Johnson is merely setting up his fall back plan. He's exposed now. It's over. So the whole, I'm a clinical this, I'm a doctor of psychology, like when he's saying, he could spit that shit to Sonetta and them and sound bigger and better than them. He could spit that shit to Polite and them niggas like that and sound bigger and better than them. So he could do that shit to certain people using that shit. Now he can't throw that card anymore. He's no different than Reggie. If he's calling himself a doctor, he's no different than Dr. Reggie. So now with this whole court case and all of that being exposed, and because we read them the other day, a couple days ago, the real charges, and I was like, wow, this nigga's full of shit. This dude is actually trying to convince people that the reason he's going to court isn't the reason he's going to court. It's a whole nother reason, and it involves you and your hate and your ingrate nature and thus and so. That's what he's trying to convince you of. And I know for a fact that that's not the case. Because I read the fucking court transcripts, all of them, the whole charges. And Umar, you're a fucking liar. And the point of all of it is you're engaging in deception. And to start it off, to answer the question, Umar Johnson's intent behind not releasing the whole charge is to continue his deception. Radio Reggie is to continue his deception. He is setting up for the fallout. The fallout is taking place right now in real time. What's actually going on right now is the fallout for Umar Johnson. All the hiding, all the grandiose talking of himself, and we're going to read some excerpts from his letter that his resignation from the UNIA. And boy, this nigga is a fucking grandstanding ass dude, G. I don't understand it. But at the same time, I just want everyone to know it's a setup. I want you to know that you heard it here first. You heard it here first, that this guy is setting up for his professional YouTube career. Now, what do I mean by Umar Johnson setting up for his professional YouTube career? What I mean is Umar Johnson knows that this is done. Umar Johnson knows that he cannot move forward from this point on with the whole clinical psychology teacher / whatever else guru he calls himself. So he cannot move forward with that with the people because there's way too many questions that he cannot answer, and he knows he's not even going to try to answer because he's engaged in deception. It's been uncovered. So the only thing he has left now is to push for the part of the people who are going to side with him no matter what, because for whatever reason they like him. So those people he's hoping is at least half of the audience that he had already. If he can gain at least half of the audience that he had, that just side with him and really believe that us calling and asking to verify this man's degree is why he's actually going to court. He's satisfied with that because he'll build off of that. You'll have new people every day. I keep telling people, man, this world is big and we don't have the reach that we think we have. Like we sitting here thinking that we're touching so many people. In a sense we are, but in a sense, man, we're not touching any fucking body. You have people like young YP who did the video yesterday. Yo, YP has a huge following, but I bet you go in his own town and ask everybody who he is, they don't know who he is. Not saying that he's small time. I'm just saying that the world is big. So it's new people coming in this shit every day, and they're gonna hear Umar Johnson. And the same reason that people gravitated to Umar Johnson in the first place, for him saying good things and being such an eloquent speaker and all these things that people have attached to him, it's like he's gonna continue using that shit just in a different way. Every time he brings up his degrees, it's going to be in a defensive manner, like, oh, these people are the reasons why I can't do this anymore. These people are the reasons why I can't. Like, stop it, man. That's what he's going to do. And it's going to have a positive effect on certain people. And he's going to be able to move forward with his professional, unemployed black man YouTube career. Because that is the only thing he has left. He's going to be doing topics about quantum mechanics and Alienware. He's going to be doing topics. It's all going to start off with still bashing on Tariq Nasheed because that's going to keep his page going. He's going to start bashing on Young Pharaoh and Sinetta because their pages are large. Like anyone who has a real large platform, he's immediately going to go after them. Just trust and believe, and remember you heard it here first, that Umar Johnson is just prepping for his professional YouTube career. That's all he has. That's all he has left. So anyway, Umar had resigned, man, from the UNIA, whatever his position was. And when I was reading it today, it was very long. Like this nigga is long-winded. But it was interesting to actually read it because you can pick the brain of this person. You can see what their mind is really like and how they really feel about themselves, those around them, how they're how they're perceived by people, and whether they even fucking give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go ahead and read a couple of them. And just listen to the arrogance and the patting himself on the back type stuff. Okay, here we go. It's funny. As a psychologist, I am well aware that jealousy is not really directed at the victim. It is simply displaced upon the victim because the hater can't honestly look at himself. In other words, the anger is really directed at themselves for what they don't have, not what you have. It's about wishing they had your God-given talents and hating themselves because they don't. Now, before I continue, this nigga is talking about himself. He's basically, this is where the ingrate comments come out. Like, this type of shit breeds a nigga who will call you an ingrate because you asked for something that is commonly asked for by any person who says the things that he says. Like, if you say you're a doctor, or you say you're a teacher, or you say you're a fucking mechanic. If you have a fucking shop in a business district and I drive by and I drive in, I should be able to ask you, do you have your license? Do you have your whatever the fuck you need to have to call yourself a fucking mechanic? But just for asking for those things, no, you are indeed, an ingrate. Okay, but not only are you an ingrate, what's making you an ingrate is that you're a hater because you don't have the God-given talents that he has. Okay, and hating yourself because you don't have it. I am going in peace. After I send this email, I shall become silent and refocus upon what I must do for myself and the movement, because I am sure you will hear about it. I plan to establish a small structure through which I can accomplish some of the things that I wanted to do through the UNIA. Even if expelled, I will always be a UNIA member, yesterday, today, and for all times. This nigga is a self-high-fiving ass person if I've ever met one. But we're not done. I just want you guys to hear some of the shit he says. I might record a small video and let you read it for yourself, some of it. Here goes one. Here goes a good one. Effective immediately, Umar Abdullah Johnson hereby resigns as both UNIA, ACL Minister of Education, First Vice President of the Thomas W. Harvey Memorial Division, number 121, but will remain a dues-paying member until the Umar Must Go campaign exacts its final and ultimate goal. Now, before I continue reading this excerpt, I'm going to read it again. This is Umar talking. Okay, I don't want y'all to be confused about who's speaking or none of that shit. This is Umar Johnson. Okay, he's no longer with UNIA. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, I've through the reading there was, you know, a discrepancy of whether he was actually a member or not. But he claims he was. He claims he was all these titles: first vice president of something division 121, blah blah blah. So, but this is this nigga Umar talking. Okay, again, effective immediately, Umar Abdullah Johnson hereby resigns as both UNIA ACL Minister of Education and First Vice President of the Thomas W. Harvey Memorial Division number 121, but will remain a dues-paying member until the Umar Must Go campaign exacts its final and ultimate goal. So this is what leads me to think that this person is setting up something. Like something's going on. You're setting up some sort of fallback plan. You're setting up some sort of situation that I'm going to win even when I fall, even when I lose type shit. So as long as he keeps throwing these little caveats out, like, you know, these ingrates did this, you know, this is no, of course I was not involved in this. Of course, there's no way in hell that I'm responsible for me not providing facts and evidence or witnesses with personal firsthand knowledge, like colleagues who have yet to come out and say anything in your defense. It's not my fault that these things have not been provided when people just merely ask me a question. But I'm not even finished. I'm not even finished. Umar Must Go campaign. Has anyone heard of the Umar Must Go campaign? What up, Barzella? Because I'm honestly, I'm being completely honest here. I've never heard of the Umar Must Go campaign. Now, I've heard of me making videos 4, 5, 6 months ago about this nigga not showing his degrees and simply showing a damn degree. I've been making videos 4, 5, 6 months ago about Umar Johnson and why the fuck do you not have any colleagues that can come out and basically vouch for you, because that's the number one thing that fucking professionals do when they get into situations like that. If an attorney was to get into some situation about their character and the legality of them actually being able to call themselves an attorney in public and be perceived and received as such, yo, not only will they have verification to back this up of their own, but they also have colleagues. They also have people who are coming out who are also verifiable attorneys or judges or etc. to say, no, this person is indeed in fact an attorney. You will have people who are attorneys who know you because they went to school with you. There's nothing that's coming out. There's nothing that's being presented to the people that Umar Johnson is indeed a man who possesses 6 degrees. Now, Umar, cut the shit. If you got ICDC college type degrees, nigga, at least it is what it is. But don't purport yourself out to be something that you're not. This individual, that really doesn't matter, because that's like a, what do you want to call it, man? That's the background when it comes to Umar. You need to actually start investigating this person. This is what this brother said, finishing it. Your brother Umar Abdullah Johnson, the modern day Malcolm X. Now, wasn't there another scam artist who was up on Sonetta's couch in Harlem who was doing videos calling himself the modern day Malcolm X? Remember Polite saying that shit? Remember Polite was Malcolm X? I feel like I'm Malcolm X. That nigga say he was Malcolm. Now Umar is Malcolm. But the difference is Malcolm never ran around saying he had 6 degrees in all. And all anyone had to do to verify the degrees were to basically just verify the fucking degrees. But when we do that, it's a big deal. It's a fucking problem. It's an issue just to verify some shit that you said we can verify. It's an issue for you to provide a goddamn colleague or one or two, anybody who could come in and say, yes, this person is who they say they are. Yes, this person does have what he says he has. This is crazy. It's kind of unreal in a sense, man, because most people expected more from Umar Johnson. Like the things that Umar Johnson was saying, and I'm not even going to say the way he was saying it, just the message itself. You could not fight the message that he brought, because certain things you could try to, go against or whatever. But overall, Umar Johnson sounded like a brother who was actually there for the people. That's why I said this whole 6 degrees and all shit, it wasn't even necessary. None of that shit was necessary for you to come out and tell people that you had 6 whole degrees in clinical psychology and that we should fuck with you because you got 6 degrees. Nah, we was fucking with you because we respected what you were bringing to the table as a brother standing up for brothers and sisters in America. But that was not enough. And just like I was reading from your letter of resignation, yes, Umar Johnson has resigned from the Unia, his post as first vice president and minister of education and some other title, lofty title that he had. You know what I'm saying? But hold on, I don't want to lose track because there's another excerpt I want to read. But we read from it, and we noticed that there's a lot of arrogance inside of Umar Johnson that it's hard for the average person who has common sense to overlook, because I look at it like, nigga, if you're that arrogant, then where does it end? You know what I mean? What won't you do to appease your own self high-fiving mentality? What won't you say? Just like right here again, the Umar Must Go campaign. You're conflating, and you know you have a vocabulary, so you know what conflating means. And you know that you're conflating. You're taking small bits of information and mixing it in with what seems to be another similar batch of information and trying to make it something that is a whole new thing. And it's not. There's no need in trying to tie storylines together. It's split right down the middle like 2 straight lines. You have people who want to see evidence of your degree. You have people who want to merely verify what you have said. And if what you have said is the truth, someone asking to verify it should be absolutely no problem. That should not be an issue to you. But it seems to be the easy. This is, again, how I know this is how you catch a scam artist. Something that is the most simplest, easiest thing to prove. If they fight tooth and nail at all costs and avoid that issue, something that should be the simplest thing to prove in their argument or from their position, but they don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole, there's usually some sort of fuckery afoot. So if I come out and tell you, dog, that I have a 13-inch foot and you look down and I keep putting a blanket over my foot, I put my feet under a table, I do, like, dog, like me looking at your foot and putting a little ruler beside it, that's an easy thing to prove. A fact, or is it fiction, nigga? Do you or do you not have a size 13 foot? But every time we go to discuss it, every time we go to talk about that issue, I hide my foot. I get mad at you and call you a name, you ingrate, for wanting to measure my foot and prove what I said was true. You don't go to the white man and ask him. That's another telltale sign that you're dealing with a scam artist. White man don't have nothing to do. The Indian man, the China man, the white man, none of those men have anything to do with you saying you have 6 degrees and all. And anybody who wants to verify can call. Which I felt, again, Roland Martin saved your ass, because Roland Martin could have dragged you. Roland Martin could have really tore Umar up on that show, because there's no reason in hell that you should not have opened your little, whatever you had, that little folder or whatever the fuck you had up there in front of you. There should have been no reason why you didn't open that shit up and start handing Roland Martin your fucking degrees, handing your degrees out for him to see. Another college graduate, allegedly, Roland Martin went to Texas A&M allegedly and graduated. But another college graduate, there should have been no reason why you didn't do that. And I know he was looking at you, because he looked like he was looking at you like, damn, nigga, you're not even going to show these shits? No, he's not going to show them, because he doesn't have anything to fucking show. And what he does have to show, he can't let that shit be shown. Here go another excerpt from Umar Johnson's resignation speech from UNIA, an ACL organization. Let me say that my work has in no way been directed at trying to become the next president general. Negroes are the most title-struck race on the planet. There he goes again. Coming from a man who calls himself by at least 6 different titles. Now, hold on. I want y'all to wrap your mind around this shit for 1 second. Okay? I want you to wrap your mind around this shit for 1 second. You know for a fact that Umar Johnson calls himself by at least 6 different titles. Prince of Pan-Africanism being one of them. And the most sought after and requested speaker, blah, blah, blah. The modern day Malcolm X, as you just heard. And that's just 3. So you know that this brother calls himself by at least 6 different titles. This is what he just wrote, in his resignation letter. Let me say that my work has in no way been directed at trying to become the next president general. I guarantee you that's what you were trying to do. Negroes are the most title-struck race on the planet. This is what happens when you deal with fuckery. It's the same thing with that Cali Crumb. You ain't never gonna catch me with Sinetta. Next thing you know, I really like that shit you doing, Sinetta. It's all fuckery. It's all fake. 1 minute they say one thing, 1 minute you catch them saying something else. 1 minute they say one thing, 1 minute, and the next step you catch them doing the contradictory of what they just fucking said. This nigga who has 6 titles just said Negroes are the most title-struck race on the planet. And he was saying it as in he was talking down to you, correcting you, but he didn't direct any of that shit at himself. I don't care about titles. I would rather do the work. We should have brought the shame bell on for this shit. We should have brought the shame bell on for this shit. This nigga just said, I do not care about titles. I would rather do the work. Again, coming from a man who has at least 6 different titles that he calls himself in public and has been doing so for years. Furthermore, I don't know who gave certain people the right to assume ownership of the UNIA ACL. I thought this organization belonged to all of us, not just 4 or 5 people who feel that they have been around long enough that they can now assume the role of dictator. Now, what up, what up? I think the problem here is the people who actually are joint together in running the UNIA and ACL organization, these people are not allowing Umar to come in and bully his way to the top. They are not allowing Umar to come in and bully anything in there, apparently. Because you just heard another excerpt from this man's resignation speech. Basically, it's a speech, not a letter. His resignation speech, how this man just said that Negroes are the most title-struck race on the planet and that he does not care about titles and would rather do the work. And he has more titles than anyone in the UNIA and the conscious community combined. Furthermore, I don't know who gave certain people the right to assume ownership. Basically saying that these people are not letting you be the dictator, because if there is going to be a dictator, you'd like to be that person. That's why I said, yo, this dude is full of shit. He's just setting up for his backup career, which is going to be a professional YouTuber. And it's going to be talking shit about black people and how black people don't stick together. He's probably going to link up with Sarnetta after he bangs on Sarnetta for a little while and get his page up. And Sarnetta will let him bang on him and act like he's banging back with him. And they'll get the page up and that'll be that. Hold on, y'all. And that'll be that. This shit is sad, man. But it was a very, very long one, man. Long ass resignation letter or speech. And there was one more thing I wanted to read from there, because he was talking about he is not a liar, or he has not been known. If I'm saying it right, he came out and said he hasn't been known to be a liar. And I known you, and I just wanted to correct that right here, right now on this live stream. Umar, as of right now, you are a liar, because I seen the fucking paperwork, man. I seen your fucking court transcripts and why you really going to court. And them people are bringing you to court for you saying that you were a clinical psychologist, that you were a doctor, that you were a teacher, that you were all these things. And you even wrote back to them in your own writing that you were not portraying yourself out to be such. And everybody who's ever encountered you, everybody who's ever heard, you know what I mean? Red Spot is like, yo, everybody that heard the shit and read the shit, dog, you're full of shit. Everything that these people are accusing you that you said is everything that you said. You've been saying that for years, and you kidding. And not only have you been saying it for years, when you talking to other black people, you say it the loudest. When you're talking, like I said, when you're talking to people like Reggie and people that you pretend that you're better than because you were looked at as somebody who actually had a real degree and actually went to real universities and studied medicine and studied psychology or whatever it is that you say that you studied, osteopathic medicine, which I hear is like some shit that most doctors don't even fucking consider medicine, but whatever, that's not me, neither here nor there, because I'm not a doctor and I'm not even going to pretend to be one. I'm not Michael Edwards. I'm not an idiot who pretends that I'm smart while I'm sitting in a crummy little apartment being a dipshit. But this nigga throughout all the letter is like he's hinting at jealousy. He's saying that the reason why he's retiring or resigning from the UNAI is because people are hating on him. There's a witch hunt against him. There's all these problems, but I don't see a witch hunt against you, Umar. I just see questions being asked and you refusing to answer the questions. And I think we all know why you're refusing to answer the questions, because you have no fucking answer for the questions. What the fuck? Hey, y'all want to hear something else dumb? Listen to this title to a live stream. Detroit Terrain created a false Africa Bambaataa narrative to get paid. Detroit Terrain created. Yo, Israel Doctrine is fucking retarded, yo. All that time that nigga be spending on YouTube, you should spend some of that time actually working on your fucking grammar skills. This nigga said Detroit Terrain created. And this is, why does Israel Doctrine keep saying narrative all the time? Come on, man. It's 2018, dog. You can stop saying narrative all the fucking time. God damn. Say something else, man. That nigga want to take over the word narrative. Next, he gonna be the one who created narrative. We ain't gonna. I'm gonna get dizzy on top of it though. I'm real cool with my nigga Disrael Cochran. You know what I'm saying? Okay, here's the little excerpt right here. The last one I'm gonna read from Umar Johnson's Resignation from the UNIA ACL organization. Have you ever known me to be a liar? Have you even known me to swear by God that I am telling the truth and not to be? Then don't start believing it now. Boy, is that laying it on thick. Now, Umar, I'm going to have to get to you on that one, nigga. That's how you lay. Like, if you're going to lay some grade A, world-class shit on somebody, this is how you do it. I'm going to start from the top again. Have you ever known me to be a liar? Have you even known me to swear by God that I am telling the truth? Meaning, nigga, I'm so truthful and honest that you've never even seen me swear to God that I'm being truthful and honest and not being so. What's up, Grandma 3000? We got to get somebody else too out there. And over on your side, Grandma 3000, Titans TV. He got a live stream coming up later tonight if Tosh is not doing one, because I'm gonna have to handle, be quietly. I'm gonna have to handle, ask him a question of what the fuck is he doing? Does he not know that Sarnetta is full of shit and he's over and he's got his own trail of fucking shit behind him? Like, what are you doing? Don't be supporting that shit, G. But yeah, man, this nigga Umar, man, like this nigga, I swear to God, yo. I swear to God, yo, this nigga is fucking, this nigga, I'm gonna read it again, yo. Again, if you want to lay some grade A shit on somebody and just, if you want to mentally fuck the shit out of somebody, this is how you do it. Have you ever known me to be a liar? Have you even known me to swear by God that I am telling the truth and not to be? Then don't start believing it now. Now, this is where it gets good. I want y'all to listen. This is where it gets real good, okay? Forgive me for not writing this letter with the brisk efficiency and literary genius of some of my other works. But it's hard to focus on clarity and precision when you are forced to write something you never thought in your wildest dreams would have to be offered. This nigga Umar Shoemaker, yo. Yo, Umar is fucking crazy, man. This nigga said the literary genius that he's used to writing. Like, excuse him, people, for a second, because he's venting. You know what I'm saying? And I know you might not be, you might have a certain, you might be accustomed to a certain Umar Shoemaker. You know what I'm saying? And that Umar Shoemaker is what you would call a literary genius. You know what I'm saying? And his genius is in his other works. Yo, UNIA wants you and are forcing you to resign, Umar Johnson, because your ass has a trail of allegations following behind you that you need to have fucking answered. That's why the UNIA don't want anything to do with your ass. That's why UNIA, ACL organization, needs you to resign, because they are not foolish. They are privy to the same information that we're privy to. And they're realizing, just like everybody else is now coming to realize, that, yo, you are not releasing shit for a reason. You are not releasing shit because you're probably guilty of not being able to provide evidence for half the fucking shit you've been saying. And it's a shame, man, that you have to actually go through what you're going through, which is the mode that you're going through to try to blame everybody else. And when we all talk about the world watching and people watching and this, that, and the third, like, this is the shit that we mean. This is the shit that we mean. When people are watching, the whole world is watching, and instead of this grown-ass man taking responsibility for what he did, taking responsibility for basically what you caused, because if you weren't running around bloviating about yourself all the time, nobody would even know half the shit we knew. You would just be that smart guy that we know, or that cool guy who says cool things about black people and righteousness and unity and all those things. That's the type of person you would be to us. So if you were really doing it, that's all you had to be. You didn't have to come out and be celibate. Yeah, y'all remember that shit? Remember when Umar was celibate? Like, you come out and say I'm celibate, and then you get caught with a stripper. Like, these are the things that just baffle me, because I'd be like, yo, it's fucking stupid. Why'd you say that shit? There's no reason for you to say that shit. There's no reason for you to come out and say you got 6 fucking degrees, but come on, man. I want to see Roland Martin I want to see Roland's face. Hold on. Because Roland is looking at this nigga like he's trying to save him.
Well, you have to got his college degrees. You might end up in the unemployment line. I'm a psychologist.
There he is again.
Running around looking for a psychologist to reveal all the skeletons in their closet.
All right, folks, joining us right now, Dr. Umar Johnson. Welcome back to the show. First and foremost, it was amazing looking at this whole reaction. I mean, I'm sitting here, again, people asking all kinds of questions, things are blowing up. And so many people jumped on saying he's not a real doctor, okay?
I wonder why.
Where did you graduate from and you got your PhD?
My undergraduate education was from Millersville University. 3 degrees, political science, psychology, master's in school psychology. Subsequent to that, Pennsylvania certification as a school psychologist, which I've been for almost 20 years. After that, I got my educational leadership master's degree and principal certificate from Lehigh University in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And I earned my doctorate degree from the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine, American Psychological Association approved program, one of the top psychology training programs on the East Coast. 6 degrees in all, and anyone can lift up a telephone and call and verify those degrees.
So when you see folks who question your degrees, your response?
It's because my narrative is a whole lot different from the average mainstream Black scholar. I don't parrot the narrative that the American social order wants Black scholars to parrot. I tell the truth. I don't scratch unless I itch, and I don't dance unless I like the music. And because they're not used to having someone with a traditional education posit non-traditional views, people will automatically start to question his credentials. How did he get this far believing what he believes in? Well, you have to play the spook who sat by the door. When I got accepted into those 3 universities, they didn't know what I believed in. They didn't know what I stood for. But as time went on, it revealed itself. But I'm unapologetically African, so I'm not really concerned with what people think about me personally. I have a job to do, and that is to awaken the sleeping consciousness of African people, not just in America, but all across the world.
One of the things that you said during the interview, you said that Mandarin was one of the official languages in South Africa.
Yes, sir.
And others said you were dead wrong.
Yes, because I didn't clarify that I was speaking of it being an official language in the public school system of South Africa. So I should have clarified that Mandarin is an official language in the Republic of South Africa's school.
Now, the same way he clarified Mandarin is the same way he could have clarified his degrees and all of that shit. The same way. But you choose not to because you know that it will be devastating to your whole position. It would be dead. His position would be over if everyone knew you didn't have those degrees. Well, now everyone knows. There's no more hiding this shit. There's no more pretending. There's no more, well, these Negroes are just stupid ass ingrates who this, that, and the third. If I was a liar, have you ever known me to be a liar? Have you ever known me to swear to God or swear to something to not be a liar and not to be truthful about what I'm being truthful to be? Yo, all these niggas are the same, man. All these niggas are the same, man. I'm starting to, and now we have to start asking that same question that we wanted to ask before. What's up with all these people jumping on the Umar Johnson Umar Johnson degree train? Like, yo, nobody was talking about this when we gonna do a dizzy doctrine. Nobody was talking about this, you know. About Umar when niggas kept saying, yo, there's something fishy going on with this dude. There's something fishy going on with him. When people are saying when we're having people who are actually in the medical field, people who are actually doctors saying, you got 6 degrees, like, wow, nigga, like, and you're not even 40 or you're barely 40, nigga, you got 6 whole degrees. You're a little Doogie Howser ass nigga. Everybody should know who Umar Johnson was. Everyone should have known who Umar was. This should not be some basically black conscious type person. No, Umar should have fucking, come on, man. And to all his defenders, the people who keep saying it doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter that someone's deceiving you, intentionally deceiving you, not some shit that's accidental, that they're intentionally deceiving you, if it doesn't matter, is that what you're trying to tell me? It doesn't matter? Then, nigga, you're lost and there's no helping you anyway. Because even if I respect what he says, which I openly admitted and stated and will do so again, that I respect the things that Umar has said in the position that some of the positions that he's taken. But you're not going to fucking sit here and convince me that it does not matter. You're not going to convince me that it does not matter that this person is deceiving the shit out of me. It doesn't matter that this person is not only deceiving me, but fuck it, man, damn near deceiving the whole goddamn fucking community. Even that fucking swindling ass Polite didn't come out and call himself a goddamn doctor. He's a lima beanie suit, but grand illustrious impotent, many wives and one child. But I'm just saying, nigga, like, this nigga ain't come out and say he was a goddamn clinical psychologist. Even Reggie don't even bring up his fake ass little doctor shit that much because he knows, nigga, he really ain't no doctor. And he knows he better not be saying that shit too loud because niggas can't wait to check that dumb shit. Like, Reggie, stop the shit, stop the shenanigans, nigga. You know you're not a doctor. But yeah, man, Umar Johnson, man, this nigga had the nerve, bro. This nigga had the fucking audacity to come out and say not only that you're ingrate, But to say that he is the modern day Malcolm X, that he is, that Negroes love titles and he doesn't like titles, though he has more titles than anyone. We're going to turn the show here a little bit in a second, guys. I just wanted to throw that out there to you, man. It was heavy. I wanted to do it last night, but I was tired, you know, so went to sleep. And that was the end of that, you know. But it's sad, man, that, you know, you have all that information that went along with that little bit that he showed you. Like, he took a picture of the top part of 10 pages worth of shit. You know what I'm saying? And not only did he do it, he ran around and made videos about it, running his mouth about it. So you have to realize, yo, that the only intent that you could have had, Umar Johnson, was to build for something else. I keep saying, when these people are doing things, guys, they're building towards something else. Like Sinetta and this $25,000, now $15,000, family, now might not possibly even be taking place, family. Deception. I'm trying to set something up, a discussion, man, with the Titans TV person, because I want to know, dog, what the fuck are you doing? Like, yo, you better stay neutral in this shit, or your ass gonna end up on Shame TV 2 or Shame TV. Like, yo, you can't be jumping in there and Sonetta, my man. No, Sonetta's a piece of shit, bro. I don't give a fuck how big his platform is. The only people who care how big his platform supposedly is people like Sci-Fi and them. You know what I'm saying? Because she think he the winner, and he's nigga, please. I done took out half his lapdogs. That's what else we're gonna talk about closing the show out. How Shame TV has successfully defeated these niggas. Fucking chumps. Talk all that shit. This nigga Edward Michaels told me he was vicious, y'all. I started giving this nigga the business. It was all over. I mean, all over. I mean, YouTube, please help me. Somebody. Please. What the fuck? Can somebody help me? I heard Israel Doctrine just straight wave the white flag, nigga. He know better. You know better, nigga. I would drag the shit out of your little retarded ass. Little stubby fat bastard running your fucking mouth. I just woke up on some shit. Yeah, I bet you wish you woke up not on some shit that morning. What's up, Posh? It's a new prince around here. And his name is Shane TV. You know what I mean? I'm Prince Vegeta in this YouTube world. I'm the last of a proud race. The prince of a proud warrior race. And there's only a couple of us left. We found fuckery last year. And basically before last year. It's basically the end of last year. We found fuckery afoot in the conscious community, and some of us took to action. You know, a lot of us was just watching from the background. A lot of us was just subscribed to these videos and watching them. A lot of you were just not even making comments in the chat. You would just watch them and listen. You would have issues with things that you heard, but every time you try to voice your opinion, you were called a hater. Every time you try to voice your opinion, you was called copying or this, that, and the third. God forbid you did a video and then have your face or your name plastered up here. Oh, you hiding behind the camera. You don't even want to say your name. Like, those are the reasons, valid reasons to bring up to when you're criticizing statements someone's made. Other than answering the actual criticism. We have all that running around out here in this fucking YouTube world. What up, Tiff? Welcome, babe. All that shit running around here. We found fuckery afoot. We found niggas going all out in front of cameras and in front of the world, telling people they was this, they was that, and finding out they was the opposite of that. We have found out that it was people covering for niggas. It was niggas doing fuckery the whole time and niggas were covering for them. So what happened? We came from behind the shadows. We fucking put our own pages up like Quad Molly. Put our own pages up. CCC TV. Put our own pages up to combat this shit. You link up with other people and think that you're moving forward. You see other people's videos and the videos basically corroborate your whole position. Then you do a video using it and about it, and all of a sudden niggas want to fucking go right at you. What up, Lacka? That's my nigga right there. They want to go at you. Niggas find out somebody full of shit, they want to go at you. Niggas find out that your page is growing, they want to go at you. Niggas realize that they can't control you and what you say, and then they can't control narratives. That it's all fair use information, and they ain't in control of no motherfucking narratives. They get mad, just like I heard Young Pharaoh say on his video. I watched it his a day ago. I think it was yesterday or this morning. Said that the brother fucking, he like, I can't do videos until February. I was like, damn, me too, nigga. Like, so that's the new thing, to try to flag your page away because they know they can't compete. Look at Conscious Speculation. I see you in the chat. Same shit they did to that nigga. Nigga make videos. The videos are decent videos. Motherfuckers like the videos. The shit's all right. He's doing his thing. He's spitting out his fucking perspective on shit. What do? Try to flag him out of existence. Why? Because they can't compete with him. This is what these niggas do, man. This is what they do, and they all work together. That's why I said Shame TV, East Watch, man. Derek Jones Talks Live, the whole the pages affiliated. Like, yo, the last man standing, yo. That's why I have to do what I do, y'all. That's why I made Shame TV too. We gotta get at them. We can't let it go because we got niggas that was supposedly on our side that then fell the fuck off and then traded and jumped to the other side and pretending like we was jumping to the other side when we got audio or you jumping to the other side, but you still accusing us of jumping to the other side while you ignoring that audio and you jumping to, like, what the fuck? Nobody planned for this. Nobody planned for this. That's all they do is flag. Once you get them in a certain spot where they can't talk no more and they can't do shit no more, that's what they do. It's all they got left. Even that don't work because the people fuck with you, the people gonna fuck with you. Ain't none of that gonna change. Ain't none of that going, you could buy all the subscribers that you want, Kev Gills, niggas like that. You could buy Cynthia G's of the world. You could buy all the subscribers that you want. You could buy all the viewers that you want, yo. And the champion's still going to be right here. Last man standing. Still going to be right here saying the same thing. When Sonetta changes, then I'll stop doing videos on him. When Polite changes, then I'll stop doing videos on him. When niggas answer questions like, what's up with that audio, and you telling that nigga you like his idea about an award show deception when you just did a video bashing that shit. What's up with that? Until we get those in, when you show a degree, because that's all we ever asked for. So now we're looking for from Umar an apology and the degrees. First, you need to apologize, nigga, for telling motherfuckers that we're ingrates and shit for asking you a simple question that you know you should have fucking just provided. Of course, they flagged fucking Javen shit. Like, them niggas always fucking with anybody who they feel could rise up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all it is. If they feel that you can rise, they gotta fuck with you. They're gonna come together and collectively fuck with you. Because that's exactly what they're doing. It's all WWE, man. I keep saying, yo, remember when that nigga Pharaoh said he was beefing with people and he was beefing with them for real, and he still don't fuck with them to this day because he wasn't a part of the fuckery, because he wasn't in on the game. Why do you think that Kev could beef with Israel Doctrine, but Israel Doctrine takes up for him? Why do you think that Pit Boss could say whatever, but Israel Doctrine will take up for Pit Boss and Pit Boss will take up for him? Why do you think that Sonetta, everybody could talk about Sonetta, so-called talk about Sonetta, but they'll all fucking take up for him? They'll all take up for him when the chips are down. They'll say shit like, well, you know, Sonetta ain't all that bad. Or they'll say shit like, you know, man, like a lot of that shit is polite, man, because he polite. Well, no, nigga, polite ain't putting on no fucking $25,000, now $15,000, now possibly not even existing award show for himself in Harlem at the Apollo. That ain't polite. That's him. That's Sonetta. That's why Michael Edwards could put a fucking video out, a long ass stream now that I come to hear it was, about Sonetta and the Kimmon on trial debate and how much money they made and all the money that they made. And he was asking valid questions. Yo, Sonetta, what's up with some shit in your community? Sonetta, what's up with some buildings to give back to the people? What's up with a donation program for school kids or whatever the fuck, nigga, anything. Anything. What's up with anything? Then all of a sudden, he's not doing those videos on Sonetta anymore. And Sonetta has never answered those questions. 1.3 million, excuse me. 1.3 million. So how the fuck did you just stop banging on him, Michael Cullen, Michelle Edwards, Edward Cullens, Michaels, obesity victim? When did Sonetta change, Mr. Obesity? When point to the time when Sonetta did the things that he took some of that $1.3 million and did something different. The fuck? All of them. But you a flunky for Sonetta. Israel Doctrine with your little stubby troll looking ass. You run around, running your fucking mouth, talking shit about how it ain't nothing, I ain't help build up. Shut the fuck up, nigga. Sonetta got your fucking beard wrapped around his finger, yo. Same TV Derrick Jones talks, last man standing, man. Like, Sonetta got your fucking beard wrapped around his fingers, G. The gray part, too. The fuck? When did Sonetta change, Israel Doctrine? When did he change? When did he stop being a piece of shit? You know that this fucking little stubby troll said that you got to try to help your brother, so now you going to help Sonetta and change. Man, I'll find a shame bell for that, just for that shit, for you saying some dumbass shit like that.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
And this ain't even a shame bell show, but you drew out the shame bell. Yes, the gray part. Fucking asses. This nigga's been doing the same shit. I'm the only person who's saying, yo, I ain't telling y'all to hate Sonetta. I'm not telling you to try to do nothing to this nigga. I don't want to see him in no European jail or none of that shit like that. But I'm like, damn, nigga, he needs to be ostracized in front of the people so he is known. So we know what it is. So we know who and what he is and what we dealing with. And then we don't have to worry about him anymore. We don't have to put him away, because once niggas know who he is, we know who he is. Everybody lived in a town or a city where you at, and you go downtown or whatever, and it's the crazy lady. You know not to talk to her like a normal person. Like, that's the crazy lady, nigga. Like, what the fuck? You know, it's already known who this person is. Like, yo, he just needs to be ostracized. That's all. So whenever you see this is Sarnetta production, we already know what we're dealing with. The fuck? That's why we do this shit, man. Shame TV, East Watch, man. Derrick Jones Talks Live, last one standing. Everybody else is jumping and swinging when Sarnetta say jump and swing. Down to Polite. Polite's only way back is through Sarnetta. Did you notice Polite showing some hotel room he was supposedly staying in Miami? Now, this is what I say about fakery and fuckery. This nigga was walking around that hotel room or that timeshare, whatever the fuck it was, showing that shit. I mean, yeah, this the bathroom right here. There's 2 bathrooms. You know what I'm saying? This balcony. You know what I'm saying? We got this balcony and that balcony. Remember he was in that so-called mansion in California? Did he ever do one walkthrough through the mansion? Did he ever do one walkthrough outside the mansion? Did he do one walkthrough and just walking around the house, showing the different rooms and this big ass mansion? No, all we seen was that one little ass hallway where he was shooting them fucking videos from, where everybody was moving back and forth, shooting the videos, and that fucking fake ass movie they were shooting called a reality show called His Life. But the same thing, yo, you see this nigga take that shit and show people, but he won't show you when he supposedly got a mansion. That's why I said before back then, yo, this nigga ain't got no mansion, because what nigga as flashy as Polite be acting when he rent cars and be showing you them shits? Yo, he would have been showed us this mansion. He would have been going through a tour every time. But you do that shit in a measly ass hotel suite. This is what we dealing with, man. And then you got niggas like the former announcer for the fraud department, because that's all he was. Nigga, you done fucking seen this nigga's lifestyle and try to get with this nigga Sarnetta thinking that that's what you could get. The difference between Polite and you is Polite could actually speak about things. Nigga, what the fuck are you gonna talk about? There's actually absolutely nothing for your ass to be talking about. The fuck? Alien, Mr. Alien, where? This nigga's a fucking clown, yo. But this is what we're dealing with here. This is what we're dealing with. 2-minute break, people. Hold on, 2-minute break. Okay, people, it was quicker than 2 minutes. I'm back. I just wanted to play something real quick from it. And this is the shit that I be talking about this YouTube shit.
You ain't shit. Young Pharaoh, you ain't shit. Pharaoh, you can't black power nothing, bro. Everything you teaching is from European white authors and shit, bro. Everything you posted online, bro, is Photoshop, bro. And you don't think we can see that shit? You should have kept that shit local and stayed up in your little gymnasium, bro. Because now I'm gonna kill somebody. Young Pharaoh did the whole commentary with no shirt on. That you know he's appealing to only these dumb-ass black women who's sitting up there in his comments talking about, yeah, just y'all take it off. That's what they're appealing to.
That's why I gotta tell y'all, man. I'm the last one standing, man. Like an individual like this, man. You sat there and today did a whole live stream using young Pharaoh. A whole live stream using young Pharaoh name, all this shit in the cards, all of that shit. All of it. Nigga, you don't like that nigga. You ain't never like that nigga. Yes, he's the king of flip-floppers, but this is how you roll. This is what happened, people, when you don't check these niggas. This is what happens when you let these niggas run amok. This nigga runs around playing Pharaoh, speak on it. Pharaoh. But this is how you really feel.
Young Pharaoh, you ain't shit. Pharaoh, you can't black power nothing, bro. Everything you teaching is from European white authors and shit, bro. Everything you posting online, bro.
Now, this ain't no misunderstanding. Like, it's one thing, let's say Pharaoh has something going on, and you like, oh, okay, it's a misunderstanding, young YP. I thought that what you were saying about this was that, or what you were saying about that was this. Nah, nigga, you talking about this nigga's whole philosophy, his whole reason of being on YouTube, his whole everything that he do with his page. His whole everything that he do with his page. I'm going to say this again, but the last time. I met young Pharaoh last year through the phone, whatever, had the brother call me or whatever. They was trying to set up an interview when it was going on with the Zachariah Latin thing, whatever. From the time I talked to him, that when I talked to him maybe 3 times, and I've never seen no fuck shit from him for that I've seen yet. But this nigga right here, nigga, this ain't no misunderstanding. And this is why I tell you that I'm the only one left standing, man. We can't trust Umar because he's deceiving niggas about a motherfucking degree that nobody cared about in the first place. You can't fuck with Sonetta because this motherfucker he's just filth and just out for himself. Like Sonetta just man, you just a lost cause for real. You just a lost cause. You can't fuck with the little stubby nigga doctrine, you know what I'm saying? Because this little stubby motherfucker, like, yo, he's fucking, you running around acting like you caping and fighting for pedophilia and all that shit, nigga. And when I know with every fiber and being that is me, nigga, that you doing that shit just for clickbait. No reason other than that. You got weird ass fucking nature boy who wants to be naked in front of your kids, his kids, everybody's kids. Then you got niggas like who got rebound pages like this nigga who all you gotta do is just go back in history a little bit and you'll catch him just flip-flopping his ass off.
You ain't shit. Pharaoh, you can't black power nothing. You ain't shit. Young Pharaoh, you ain't shit.
With that same peak
Pharaoh,
from
you
2 years
can't
ago.
black power nothing, bro. Everything you teaching is from European white authors and shit, bro. Everything you posting online, bro, is Photoshop, bro. And you don't think we can see that shit? You should have kept that shit local and stayed up in your little gymnasium, bro. Because now I'm gonna kill somebody. Young Pharaoh did the whole commentary with no shirt on. That you know he's appealing to only these dumb ass black women who's sitting up there and
can't be dumb women. It gotta be dumb ass black women. Okay, that's when that Mexican, Mexican shit start spewing out. Okay, that's when that Mexican shit is just spewing the fuck out. Can't be women. Gotta be stupid ass black women.
Somebody, Young Pharaoh did the whole commentary with no shirt on. Let you know he's appealing to only these dumb ass black women who's sitting up there in his comics talking about, yeah, just y'all take it off. That's who they're appealing to. Black people, Young Pharaoh can't make you no money. Young Pharaoh can't teach you about no business, no.
This nigga's serious about this. That forehead meat showing and everything. First off, I want y'all to go to No Mercy for Scammers. The video is called The Disloyalty of Kev Gills. It's called No Mercy for Scammers. It's where I found the video. It's crazy. This nigga really mean this shit he's saying about YP, yo. This nigga's forehead meat is just popping. Like, he's dead serious about this shit. Look at his eyes.
Y'all take it off. That's who they're appealing to. Black people, Young Pharaoh can't make you no money. Young Pharaoh can't teach you about no business, no real power. Because if you go and Young Pharaoh, somebody will beat the shit out of you, bro. You film that shit, be like world star. You remember Young Pharaoh, the big.
You heard this shit, yo? This nigga says somebody needs to beat the shit out of Young Pharaoh and world star that shit. Somebody needs to beat the shit out of Young Pharaoh and world star that shit. Yes, he's right. It ain't nothing none of these niggas can really do, Parts. Especially the one talking right here. Like, he really ain't doing shit. That's why he could talk about not doing shit for nobody. Because he's really not trying to do shit for nobody. But this dude just made a video with Young Pharaoh. Remember him dancing in the back with Young Pharaoh music in the background? He dancing and shit. Yeah, Young Pharaoh. Everything was all about Young Pharaoh. Now this nigga say YP need to get beat up and fucking world star.
That you know he's appealing to only these dumb ass black women who's sitting up there in his comics talking about, yeah, just
again, not dumb women, but just the black ones.
Y'all take it off. That's who they're appealing to. Black people, Young Pharaoh can't make you no money. Young Pharaoh can't teach you about no business, no real power. Because if you go and Young Pharaoh, somebody gonna beat the shit out of you, bro. You film that shit, be like world star. You
see what I mean? This ain't an accident. This isn't, yo, Young Pharaoh, I thought you said that such and such and such, and you really said, oh, such and such and such. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. You didn't really say that. This nigga, that's not what's going on here. What's going on here is, nigga, you saying this nigga need to get world starred. I already did a video on you before when you was talking about this man need to go to prison for whatever the fuck. Which I said, nigga, I don't talk about prison and niggas going to jail mixed with YouTube pages. I just don't think those two things need to be mixed. But listen to this nigga from the same dude you did his video. You did a video today, a live stream, because you don't do videos. You can't make videos. That's why you just do live streams. But you did a live stream today with this nigga name all in your comments, playing his music, all of that shit. Just listen to this shit, people. I'm going to shut up for a second and just let you listen.
Young Pharaoh, the big little dude who out here talking, flexing on everybody, somebody gonna eat y'all niggas up because y'all doing too much of this and not enough work. Y'all not holding no lectures that make any more sense that you made 10 years ago. And Young Pharaoh, you have no information that's authentic. And you are naming none of your sources. So you trying to say that what you're saying is authentic? You came up with this shit by yourself?
Look at that forehead.
In the chat, shout out my nigga Young Pharaoh came through and fucked with your boy. We fuck with you too. Fuck all the bullshit.
You wanted them to get world star.
What'd you say? Somebody sent you the link, Young Pharaoh. Hell yeah. Nigga, hey, this is my, I get my motherfucking, this is my psychological, you know, I get it all off my chest right here with the people. You know what I'm saying? Kind of came in the game reckless, kind of going at everybody, not knowing what the fuck to do. Everybody was connected to Sognetta. But now I see the distinctions. I see where they had you going, and how they all this Freemason shit, how they was trying to get your ass. And I started keeping game. Shout out to you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they scared of, real niggas linking up and becoming one motherfucking fort. You know, people you want to know about the shit Pharaoh talk about? Hey, we send them right over there. People want to talk about Planned Parenthood and the destruction of the black race, we send them to Latasha Pope. You want to talk about Conspiracy Hour? Go over there at Kev Gills TV. We talk about Conspiracy Hour. That's what we talking about. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck Polite think he gonna ease his way back into this goddamn community under the God.
Mm-hmm. Just a flip flop, and this is why I'm the last one standing, man. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to do a specific live stream just towards Young Pharaoh with that right there. This is why we the last one standing. For all y'all in my chat, y'all might as well realize that you are the resistance. We are the last ones standing. Niggas is flip-flopping liars. Niggas is full of shit. Niggas got secret intent behind not releasing them whole charges, Umar. Arrogant ass resignation letter. Just, we deserve better, people. Derrick Jones Talks Live. This has been a live stream. Undefeated against YouTube pro wannabes. We shut down Israel Doctrine from the fake beef that he created. Stay over there in your lane, Carl, and make your videos, and I'll just joke you in another whole form. Michael Edwards, he ran. He knows what time it is. He ran to YouTube. That means I win. When you run to YouTube and start flagging, that means it's over. I win. We already know I beat Kev. I beat him a month ago when he went and flagged the video. As soon as I put the stream up, that nigga said, hell no. I can't have that shit out. So I win there. Just dominance. That's all. And I'm not even trying to dominate these niggas. But next on the agenda is Titans TV. Across the pond, our brother across the pond. We need to find out what side of the pond he's standing on. Because Sonetta is connected to a whole bunch of filth, a whole bunch of fuckery. And ain't nothing you gonna say in a couple seconds that's gonna erase all of that. This is what it is, people. Derrick Jones Talks Live, last man standing. Umar Johnson's intent behind not releasing the whole charge because he's a fucking deceiver and he's setting up for his fallback plan, which is to be a professional YouTuber and live off the AdSense and the Patreons and all of that shit like that, which he'll probably do a better job of than he's actually doing now, because I heard he's actually living out of an automobile, which is neither here nor there because I've never seen him living out of it. Also, we did some reading, and you gotta have to go back and listen. I was reading directly from Umar Johnson's resignation to the UNIA. You see the arrogance and the fucking narcissism. This guy he should call himself Mr. Self High Five, because he's just he does not hesitate to toot his own horn. Let's say it like that. And we went through, the fact that I'm the undefeated YouTube champion right now. There's some other undefeated people out there, but they haven't crosshairs with me, and I haven't crosshairs with them. So I'm just one of the undefeated champions. I have taken down Carl Cochran. Carl Cochran has backed off, so I have backed off of him. But Dizzy Cochran, I don't know. That nigga say he's getting amped up. Dizzy could go live off his phone now. So I guess he got enough little following already that he could go live off the phone. Like, it's on and popping, Israel Doctrine. So you're going to have to deal with him. I'm out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's between you and Dizzy Cochran. now. But Michelle Edwards, aka Mr. Obesity RBG. Mr. Obesity RBG, he ran to YouTube, which is an automatic disqualification, which means I've defeated you. Now you're done. I need not bring out the other ammo that I had. And CCC TV, Keisha Ray, certain people know exactly what I'm talking about. I had plenty more to bring out on you, nigga. So you better be lucky you wave that white flag, nigga. Because the Drageth was beginning to take place. This nigga went straight to YouTube when I dropped that video with him on a poodle, nigga, with them big ass eyes. Obesity. Y'all see him in that suit looking like he just came home? Fucking weirdo. Talking shit. Tribunal, you don't want to go with me scholastically. Shut up, bitch. Fucking Tribunal has more than one meaning, nigga, and it's about the usage and intent. And Javen Bullets wasn't talking about no motherfucking magistrate or none of that shit. He was talking about a seat of judgment, basically a judgment against Sarnetta for the shit he's been doing. Trying to be all fancy, nigga. The fuck out of here. And lastly, you know who it is, who never lets us down. The California Crumb. Never, ever lets us down.
You ain't shit. Young Pharaoh, you ain't shit. Pharaoh, you can't black power nothing, bro. Everything you teaching is from European white authors and shit, bro.
You hear
Everything
this shit,
you posted
Snap?
online, bro, is Photoshop, bro. And you don't think we can see that shit? You should have kept that shit local and stayed up in your little gymnasium, bro. Because now I'm gonna kill somebody. Young Pharaoh did the whole commentary with no shirt on. That you know he's appealing to only these dumb ass black women who sitting up there.
So now we know you really hate black women for real. Because you ain't pointing out all the other women that listen to Pharaoh being dumb. You only pointed out the sisters being dumb. This is what Lacquer Black likes to call, my girl Lacquer Black likes to call a beta male. A beta black male.
Bruh, it's Photoshop, bruh. And you don't think we can see that shit? You should have kept that shit local and stayed up in your little gymnasium, bro. You ain't shit. Young Pharaoh, you ain't shit. Pharaoh, you can't.
Capella, does this sound like two people who got into something and they just, you know, one person got misinformation or the other, and then, you know, it got cleared up and now they cool? Or do it sound like this nigga really dragging this nigga?
Black power, nothing, bro. Everything you teaching is from European white authors and shit, bro.
Damn, YP.
Everything you posted online, bro.
You sent people to this nigga's page.
Photoshop, bro. And you don't think we can see that shit? You should have kept that shit local and stayed up in your little gymnasium, bro. Because now I'm gonna kill somebody. Young Pharaoh did the whole commentary with no shirt on. Let you know he's appealing to only these dumb ass black women who sitting up there in his comments talking about, yeah, just y'all take it off. That's who they appealing to. Black people, Young Pharaoh can't make you no money. Young Pharaoh can't teach you about no business, no real power. Because if you go and Young Pharaoh, somebody will beat the shit out of you, bro. You film that shit like World Star. You remember Young Pharaoh, the big little dude?
Derek Jones Talks Live. Peace, people.
Y'all niggas up because y'all doing too much of this and not enough work. Y'all not holding no lectures that make any more sense that you made 10 years ago. And Young Pharaoh, you have no information that's authentic. And you are naming none of your sources. So you trying to say that what you're saying is authentic? You came up with this shit by yourself? I hope not. In the chat, shout out my nigga Young Pharaoh came through and fuck with you, boy. We fuck with you too. Fuck all